Outlast. No, not that Outlast. This Outlast, yes, that spine-chilling horror game is making its way to the big screen. And guess who's behind it? The studio that gave us Saw. Yes, Lionsgate film. Those legends of horror are in charge of the movie. I cannot wait for this character to come to life, or some of it. Before we dive down, I would like to share some of the dream directors and the dream cast that I had in mind. Starting with the directors. First director, we have Lake Whannell. Lake, Light. I swear to God, these names, man. Known for his The Invisible Man, Upgrade. He's known for his suspense and psychological horror. Second on the list, we have Mike Flanagan, known for his The Haunting of the Hill House, Doctor Sleep. He's a master at building atmosphere and deep, unsettling horror. Third choice, we have David Bruckner, known for his The Night House, The Ritual. He kind of specialized in this eerie setting and suspense, making him ideal for the Outlast Asylum setting. Fourth director, we have Ari Aster, known for his Hereditary and Midsommar, known for his unique and disturbing storytelling style. Fifth of the list, we have Jennifer Kent, known for her The Babadook. She could bring an emotional and psychological depth to the character of Miles, making the story even more compelling. And honorable mention, James Wan. Do I need to explain more? The goat of horror movie, James Wan? Really? Now let's move on to the main protagonist, Miles Upshur. First on the list, we have Evan Peters from American Horror Story, known for intense, haunted characters. On the second list, we have Rami Malek, the guy from Bohemian Rhapsody, Mr. Robot. With his ability to portray complex, slightly unhinged characters, he'd be perfect for Miles, not to mention Until Dawn. Third on the list, we have Daniel Radcliffe. I know it sounded a bit weird, but he's done some horror movie before and could bring vulnerability to the role. He's acted in The Woman in Black, Swiss Army Man. I think he could nail this role. On the fourth place, Wyatt Russell. Wyatt Russell has a rugged, relatable vibe that could work well in the role of Miles Upshur. He's acted in Overlord. Fifth, Lakeith Stanfield, the guy from Get Out, Sorry to Bother You. He would bring a fresh intensity and unique depth to Miles. There are actually a lot more suggestions for Miles Upshur, but the video would take an hour long to cover, so just let's move on to the antagonists. First antagonist, we have Chris Walker, aka The Enforcer. First on the list, we have Dave Bautista. Yes, that guy from Guardians of the Galaxy, Knock at the Cabin. He's got a physically imposing and terrifying character. Second choice, Stephen Lang, Don't Breathe. He has a cool, menacing presence that would fit Walker's role. For the second antagonist, we have Dr. Traeger, the sadistic doctor. This is quite challenging, but I gotcha. First on the list, we have Willem Dafoe, the guy from Lighthouse, not to mention Spider-Man. His range and intensity could bring Dr. Traeger's unhinged nature to life. Second on the list, we have Michael Shannon, that guy from Nocturnal Animals, Take Shelter. Michael Shannon, known for playing unsettling characters, he would make Traeger memorable in the movie. And nope, I did not forget about the priest, Father Martin, aka the cultist. First choice, we have Bill Skarsgård, that guy from It, Barbarian. Bill Skarsgård could bring both eeriness and charisma to Father Martin's role. And second choice, we have Ben Mendelsohn, the guy from Rogue One and The Outsider, known for his unique intensity. He'd be perfect as the Asylum's mysterious cult leader. The game Outlast first dropped in 2013, that's almost 11 years ago, but it still holds up as one of the scariest horror games ever. The setting, Mount Massive Asylum, is its own character, a dark, twisted place where horrors are waiting around every corner. You play as a journalist, Miles Upshur, armed with only a night vision camera, sneaking through an asylum filled with dangerous variants and horrifying experiments gone wrong. There's no fighting, only running and hiding, which build intense suspense, and that's why this could be an amazing horror movie. It's all about atmosphere and survival, which makes it perfect for a film. Imagine watching Outlast on a huge screen, feeling every heartbeat, every jump scare. It's enough to make any horror fan excited and maybe a little nervous. Alright, so here's the main scoop. The studio that created Saw, Lionsgate Film, yeah, those masters of creepy, mind-bending horror, is in charge of adapting Outlast for the big screen. Saw isn't just famous for its gore, it's also known for its psychological tension, mind games, and those unforgettable, nerve-wracking moments. With Saw's legacy, there's a ton of potential here. It shows that they're taking Outlast seriously, and it also means they are willing to push boundaries. So if you were hoping for a watered down version, don't worry, this studio will probably go all in. So what's this movie actually going to be about? While the details are still under wraps, we can safely assume the film will stick to the main storyline. That means the journalist Miles Upshurst will be breaking into Mount Massive Asylum to investigate rumors of horrific experiment gone wrong and ending up trapped in a literal nightmare. If the movie successfully follows the same twist as the game, we could see some really unforgettable horror scenes, like that first time when you turn on the night vision and see something lurking around. Plus, there are iconic characters like the brutal Chris Walker, the insane Dr. Traeger, and all those other twisted figures that make Outlast so intense, and each of them would be terrifying to see on screen. And if they successfully capture that feeling of having nowhere safe to hide, this film could be a masterpiece of tension and fear. Let's talk about why the studio could be the perfect fit for Outlast. They are not just about the gore. Saw has always played with psychological horror, with traps that force you to question what you do to survive. Outlast is kind of the same way. It's not just about running away but feeling trapped and vulnerable. The studio could nail that intense, no escape vibe and make it horrifying. Let's address the elephant in the room. Video game adaptations don't always work. We've seen so many failures, especially horror games. I don't want to get into deep onto the example, but Outlast is intense because you're in Miles' shoes, seeing everything from his perspective and feeling the terror yourself. Translating that immersion into film, it won't be easy, but there's always a hope. If they use techniques like handheld camera shot, immersive sound design, and clever cinematography, they could make the audience feel like they're trapped in the asylum too. It's ambitious, but with the right approach, it could really work. Remember, we do have the Blair Witch Project, Cloverfield, Man Bites Dog, and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, just to give you some example of it. Now, on to the big question. When can we see this? While we don't have an official release date yet, horror films typically take about 2 to 3 years from start to release, especially if they are aiming for high production quality. So we might be looking at a release around late 2025 or 2026. In the end, an Outlast movie with the Lionsgate film behind it has a very massive potential. With the right director, cast, and vision, it could turn out to be one of the best horror adaptations of a game we have ever seen. If they can capture the game's relentless, suffocating fear, we are in for a wild ride. And that's it. So what do you think? Do you want them to stick close to the game, or would you like to see them try something new with the story? Let me know down in the comments below. If you like the video, just like it. If you dislike the video, just dislike it. And don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching. And remember, keep the lights on. And I'll see you on the next news. Bye bye.